times this season. Each team winning 8, 2 games left this weekend. No mystery surrounding today's starters. Ross Detweiler makes his 4th appearance against the Marlins. The Nats face Mark Buehrle for the 3rd time, who will come up big and walk off the winner today. First pitch soon on MASN. Bobblehead day at the ballpark. The real thing has a 12-game hitting streak, and his buddy over at Shorty and Desmond, 9 of his last 10 hitting safely. So get yourself all stretched out. Have a nice afternoon with us here on MASN. The Nats and the Marlins, whoever wins this one, clinches a tie for the season series this year. Ball on MASN, brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by AT&T. the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. Well, there's the great Josh Gibson, Frank Howard out there, the big train Walter Johnson, Washington baseball greats, and maybe some of the guys on this field today will join those ranks someday. Visit Trane.com for an independent Trane comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. It is muggy. It is 84 degrees. Possible thunderstorms. There's big-time activity to the northwest of us right now, and a big front approaching the D.C. area. We'll just keep our fingers crossed. Marlins are 14th in the league in runs and 12th in hitting. You wouldn't know it the way they go at the Nats. Jose Reyes is on a 7-game hitting streak. 9 hits during that time. He is 6th in the league with 157 hits, and he's tied for first in triples. Had a couple last night, and he has 11 on the year, batting .284. I think they would put him back in the leadoff spot, probably the best in the business. Ross Detwiler's been good against the Marlins in his career. 5 games, 2 starts, 2-0 with a 1.53.
Last time out on September 3rd against the Cubs, got the 2-1 win, outdueling Jeff Samardzija. Pitched 7 scoreless innings, giving up just 4 hits, struck out 3, walked 3 through 93 pitches, 62 of them for strikes. Let's check out the STG inside the numbers on Ross Detwiler. Fastball 80% of the time, averaging 93. He'll throw it to 95. It plays more like 97 because of the deception in his delivery. Curveball change to go with it. To find out why employees choose STG, visit STG.com.
Gorkis Hernandez, center fielder, who came over from the Pirates. And he takes one low and inside. We're underway at 106 here at Nationals Park. Marlins are 62 and 77. Nats are 85 and 53. That's the only thing uneven about this season series is their overall records, because the Marlins played the Nats like they're tied for first. Hernandez 165 overall, 194 in 26 games as a Marlin. Fouls one off to the right. 25-year-old outfielder, had a birthday yesterday. Todd Titchener is the home plate umpire, 3rd year in the big leagues. Tony Randazzo, Bob Davidson, and Brian Gorman, the crew chief, are the veteran guys on this crew. Detwiler goes with a breaking ball, misses low. He hasn't given up more than 3 runs in any of his last 4 starts. In fact, he's only given up more than 3 runs once since the month of June. And a ball driven out of play, right side. Coming off 7 innings, as FP mentioned, against the Cubs. 93 pitches, 62 strikes, and he's trying to become the Nats' 4th 10-game winner or more today. And then Edwin Jackson will have that shot tomorrow to join them. What a pitch. Didn't get the call. 3-2. Looked like a great fastball under the hands of Hernandez.
You saw what Ross Detwiler just said right there, and very rarely do you see him turn his back to a home plate umpire. He planted that fastball right where he wanted it, didn't get the call.
That ball driven to left center. So after you don't get a strike 3 call, nothing good ever seems to happen, and Gorkis Hernandez hits it out of the park. His 2nd major league home run.
Yeah, new life for Hernandez, and he takes advantage. And I think if you're Ross Detwiler, you're thinking, well, I just threw that fastball in off the plate, tried to shave the inside corner, didn't get the call, so maybe I need to get a little more plate. He did, and the result was a leadoff home run for the Marlins.
That'll bring in Donovan Solano, who's riding a 3-game hitting streak, 6 for 13. I don't know what the Nationals ever did to insult these guys, but they play our ball club tougher than they play anybody in the major leagues. And it's happened year after year. That's outside, 2-0. Solano 2 for 3 against Detwiler, first time he saw him. And he was swinging on 2-0, and it might have been ball 3. Marlins on the road are 30 and 40 with their win last night. The Nationals at home 43 and 26. Still a 7-2 homestand. So Ozzie Guillen, first year, tumultuous season. His ball club really swinging the bats here so far today, and Harper gathers that shot.
One time for your Mazda defensive lineup for the Nationals today. Behind Ross Detweiler, outfield from left to right, Morse, Harper, Worth. Infield on the left side, Desmond and Zimmerman. Right side, Espinoza, LaRoche, and Jesus Flores getting a nod behind the plate. Brought to you by your D.C. area Mazda dealers. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. What do you drive?
Here's Jose Reyes. From the right side, batting .272. Reyes all over the bases last night when he went 3 for 6. A pair of RBI triples. One drove in a run, the other drove in 2 in the 10th. The real backbreaker in that game. Zimmerman robs him, throws it to LaRoche. 2 down.
How quick did he get to his feet? A great play just to stop that thing, but watch the athleticism of Ryan Zimmerman after he knocks it down, get to his feet in an instant. Up to his feet, get rid of it quick, ball in the air. Good scoop by LaRoche on the backside. We've seen that act before on both ends. Great play by the corners once again for the Nationals.
Yeah, star in the scorebook for both the 5 and the 3 on that one. Bases empty, 2 outs, and here's Giancarlo Stanton. And the Marlins have come out swinging the bats really well here today. Fastball up and in. Stanton 6th in the league with 60 extra base hits. Had 2 last night with a double and his 31st home run. Good fastball tailing away. Look quicker than 92. Ross works fast. Things tend to happen very quickly when he pitches.
He works fast, but not as fast as his counterpart today.
And Mark Buehrle. We will have to watch our between pitch comments today.
Good pitch. Had good height. Got plate. Didn't get the call once again.
And after he doesn't get that call, Stanton's going to make it 2-0. What a blast that is, number 32. Ross Detweiler giving up 9 home runs all year. And the Marlins continue to swing against the Nats like they know what's coming. 2-0.
Well, they've proven all season long they're a good fastball hitting team. They showed that against Steven Strasburg a couple of times. They're showing it today against Ross Detweiler. We talked about last outing for Detweiler, throwing his fastball almost 85% of the time. Very effective against the Cubs, but center cut fastballs to guys with 31 home runs, now 32.
And somebody from the Nationals dugout has just been ejected. And I think it's Gio Gonzalez.
Well, he's probably watching the same thing we're watching on the TV in the clubhouse and seeing that Todd Tichenor is missing some calls.
That happened in a hurry, and Gio back on his way up the tunnel. Ball 1, low and inside to Carlos Lee. We got an unhappy reliever in there too, Sean Burnett next to Davey Johnson.
Well, they're seeing what we're seeing. They're watching this game on TV in the clubhouse, and they're watching center cut fastballs right down the middle being called balls.
Yeah, if Detweiler gets that 1 strike count to Stanton, maybe he doesn't throw that same pitch on the next one that was hit out of the park. Now he's got to gather himself, deal with what he's given here. And the Nats have to hope that when they bat, the zone's tight as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. Carlos Lee mashing one up the middle. 5 hard hit balls to start this game.
You start to wonder who the first place team is here as far as the calls go. Usually first place team get the benefit of some borderline calls. That's how it goes. That's how it's always been. But today, early in this game, not the case.
This might be a situation where Steve McCatty may wait for the home plate umpire to hurry them up to get off the mound so he can have a word with Todd Tichenor. So here comes the umpire. And let's see if there's any interaction here between the pitching coach and the home plate ump, the junior member of this crew. Steve is not going to turn around and show up the umpire, but there is definitely dialogue going on right here.
Making it look like he's talking to Jesus Flores. Messages being sent.
And it's starting to get not friendly.
Well, Felipe Alou always used to have a saying, if we as players are ready to play, you as an umpire have to be ready to ump. And you could make the argument early in this game that day game after a night game, he's not ready to ump.
Justin Ruggiano can't throw fastballs over the plate against this guy. He's victimized the Nats with a couple of home runs this year. That ball was outside. Detwiler goes with a breaking ball. The umpire takes a long look at it, 2-0, and Detwiler steering in.
I mean, this isn't a time to be macho if you're a home plate umpire. This is pennant race baseball.
And a bouncer to Zimmerman. Ryan will go the short way. On to Danny Espinosa. A very troublesome top of the first. And the Marlins flexing their muscles. They are fourth in the league in runs. They are second in home runs, and Bryce Harper is in the middle of this explosion lately. 7 for his last 18. Last 20 games, doing lots of damage. So see your authorized Dodge dealer. Experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out the powerful lineup. Mark Buehrle, 4 starts against our franchise, and 2 of them go way, way back to 2002 and 2004 against the Expos. Strike 1 to Jason Worth, and the crowd doesn't like it.
Neither did Jason Worth. You take a little walk, a little stroll outside of the box, regroup.
He's getting stared down by the umpire. Okay.
All right.
By the way, I've got Ross Detwiler for 25 pitches in the first inning, all of them strikes. But he got credit for 13. And we say that tongue-in-cheek. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. 2 balls and 1 strike to Worth. Jason with an on-base percentage of .398. Foul tipping that one, and the count's even 2-2. So Mark Buehrle Just a real Iron Man on the mound. 174 innings on the year, 174 hits. Not a strikeout guy. Pitches to contact.
And he's coming off a 5-1 loss September 2nd at Marlins Park against the Mets. Allowed 5 runs on 6 hits over 7 innings. Struck out 3, walked 1.
And Werth will hook this ball left field line, and it is caught by Justin Ruggiano. Man, that thing really hung up. At first it looked like it might die and get near the chalk line. 1 out on a good running catch.
Check out the repertoire for Mark Buehrle. And he's got a lot of different pitches. Fastball, slider, cutter, curveball, change. Works fast. Likes to work away to righties early, in late. He has to keep everything down to be successful. To find out why employees choose STG, visit stginc.com.
Bryce Harper 0 for 5 against Buehrle. And that breaking ball drops in 72 miles an hour. 393rd career start. Buehrle has 173 career victories. Every year with the White Sox until now, and he's pitched at least 200 innings every year since 2001, his first full year in the big leagues. Little chopper third base way. Donnie Murphy plays it well. 2 outs. Had to get rid of that in a hurry.
Let's set the defense for the Marlins today behind Mark Buehrle. Ruggiano, Hernandez standing in the outfield. Reyes, Murphy on the left side. Solano Lee on the right side. John Buck doing the catching.
Mark Buehrle had 2 years with Chicago, 04-05, and he faces Ryan Zimmerman here. When you combine those 2 years, and he pitched over 480 innings. Fastball up and away to Ryan, who's on a 12-game hitting streak, 17 for 53, with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs in those 12 games. .28 complete games, 8 career shutouts for Buehrle in his 13th year. Four All-Star games, 3 Gold Gloves. Handles things on the mound very well in more ways than one. Zimmerman takes that one inside, ball 3.
I've noticed a few times that Ryan Zimmerman has faced Mark Buehrle. He's the one guy that really tries to slow him down. Very deliberate between pitches, hitting on his terms.
2-out walk. Buehrle doesn't do that a whole lot. That's only his 36th walk in nearly 175 innings. Well, hopefully Michael Morse, driving that ball over the scoreboard last night, will get his extra base hit thing going. It's not like he's not hitting. 14 for 41 over his last 10 games. But with that hand bugging him lately, Michael's not been hitting for much power. That was a good sign last night.
I think if you're facing a guy like Mark Buehrle, you talk about his pitches. They range from 85 miles an hour to 78. So all pretty much the same speed. So what do you do as a hitter? You just look for something up in the zone. Your eyes light up, go to hack, and maybe pick a side of the plate.
That was a real defensive swing and a ball in on his hands. Nats are gone in the first. 1 runner stranded. Marlins powering their way to an early lead.
For the second, let's check out those pitches in the first inning from Ross Detweiler. 3-2 pitch to 2-2 pitch to Hernandez. This makes it 3-2. Perfectly planted fastball in the inner half. Didn't get the call, so here's the 3-2 fastball. Detweiler knows he has to get more plate because he didn't get a call on the fastball in. And this is a big one. This would have made the count 2-2, but now it's 3-1 on that missed call. It's a lot easier hitting 3-1 against a guy who throws fastballs 85% of the time than it is 2-2, because in that 2-2 count, you might have a little bit of off speed in the back of your head. Stanton, all systems go, 3-1, hits his 32nd. So one could have been an out if he got the call. The other one would have been a 2-strike count with a guy battling. Big difference for a hitter.
Yep. Well, and if he gets that first one, Giancarlo Stanton maybe doesn't even bat in the first inning. So a couple of calls, a 2-run difference, not just one. John Buck, 2 for 5 against Detweiler, hitting .201. And he's a guy with great power. Out of play to the right side. Buck, Donnie Murphy, and Mark Burley in the top of the second.
All that said, you know, that's past, that's over with. And as a player, you have to control what you can control now and just go from there. Can't let a couple of calls affect the rest of your outing. I'm sure Ross Detweiler won't.
Hey, he took a little bit off. Buck was surprised by that. Obviously geared up for the heater, got the hook. First strikeout for Ross.
And that's something that Ross might have to incorporate a little more today than he has in the past. You know, a couple of changeups, a curveball here and there, sprinkle in some more off speed against a team that's shown the Nationals all season long. They are good at hitting number one.
Get to your local Nissan dealer. Special offers at Nissan, innovation that excites. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Donnie Murphy's a .204 hitter. He's 0 for 5 career against Detweiler. Target inner half. He paints, but it's a little bit high, 2-0. Then he gets a tailing fastball to the outside corner.
Any shot of getting Gio up to the booth for a few innings? He's got nothing to do the rest of the day.
Gio elevator, level 5. We know you're watching.
Yeah. Get up here.
He might get himself in more trouble if he comes and joins us.
Yeah, he would.
On a pitch away, Donnie Murphy hits it into the right field corner. The Marlins have 3 extra base hits already, and they're 4 for 8 to start this game. I mean, you've got to give the other side some credit, too. They're the ones taking these hacks, and they've done it against the Nats a lot.
And that's the 2-seam fastball away from Detweiler, been so effective all season long. We haven't seen too many right-handed hitters be able to put that ball in play fair. Usually that's a foul ball down the right field line. Murphy keeps it fair for a double.
Mark Burley will swing away. He has 3 career RBIs and a home run that he hit many, many years ago. He's 3 for 59 this year, an .075 career batter. And 0-2 in a hurry here. Atlanta, by the way, at the Mets is a 4:05 game today. Chris Medlin, Jeremy Hefner going in that one. Last night the Braves won their 3rd in a row, and they're only 6.5 back of the Nats now. Still a nice healthy lead. Detweiler looks back the runner, takes care of that. 2 outs. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
Mark Burley took his bat all the way to first base right there. No bat boy needed on that comebacker to Ross Detweiler.
Here's Gorkas Hernandez.
And his teammates are getting a kick out of it.
I think there should be a little hash mark about 15 to 20 feet up the line. You got to drop your bat. By the time you get that hash mark